I'm pretty sure this is something that'll take time.
Yes.
And which is why starting a little earlier, perhaps than scheduled,
military timing
is what is important.
Before
time. Before time, not on time.
Not on time.
And
that.
So that is that solemn procession that you can see leaving Lee Funeral Home. Like we said, it will be escorted by the family. This is a military send-off, so you can see the military vehicles and the soldiers with the outriders. Let's take you to Sam Agina and Stephen Leto, who are right where this procession is.
Well, there you have it. 3 outriders at the front, 1 GK siren Mercedes-Benz, followed by a military police, and then a ceremonial 3 outriders again at the middle. And then right there you have it, Samogina, is the military truck that is drawing the body of the late Daniel Arap Moi. There you have it, Sam.
And well, as you can see on your screens, the body is draped in the national flag. Of course, the pallbearers, I assume, are sitting on the military truck, all in the full military regalia, plus actually gloves, for that matter, white gloves, red shirts, and black and black trousers, of course. As you can see, this is what we were waiting for. It was supposed to happen at 8:15, as was told, and clearly the military style, 1 hour early. And of course, we understand that family will also be following this particular procession, very slow, very sure. Of course, also outriders, but military police also walking besides this particular procession, Leto.
And remember, Sam, they say that the body will be escorted also by the family members, and I guess the vehicle, the entourage that you are seeing there, all the way to behind there, inside, or even with the military police vehicles accompanying them, could be the family members who are accompanying the body of the late President Daniel Arap Moi all the way through Valley Road, Kenyatta Avenue, and finally to Parliament Buildings, where it's going to lay in state from today, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, ahead of the Tuesday state funeral here in the capital, Nairobi. And there you see it here, you see in front there a very slow by that truck. On the sides are outriders with those riding them on full military ceremonial dressing. There you have it, going all the way in a very slow pace in terms of, you've noticed that members of the public who are standing at the sides of the road have not been told to move, but they are being put in order just to observe the body of the late Daniel Arap Moi making its way to Parliament Buildings, where our very own Francis Gashui is on standby to receive this but where we are now.
And I recall the government officials yesterday saying that funeral service that will take place at Nyayo Stadium, and indeed what will be happening in Kabarak, that's open to the public. There will be no invitations, and they've also made arrangements to ensure that members of the public can follow those proceedings.
In 4 different locations,
yes,
right?
In 4 different locations. I think the 4th one is the one that the family is yet to advise on, but there will be in Sacho, there will be in Kabarnet Town, and at Afraha Stadium in Nakuru, to just enable everybody do this. And remember, the media also as well live throughout this procession as it makes its way.
It makes one wonder what kind of week we've had, because it is Tuesday morning, Yvonne, at about 5:20 a.m. when President Daniel Arap Moi was passed on, and of course we got that alert across the country, that presidential proclamation, and at 8:20 a.m. his body was taken to the Lee Funeral Home.
Yes.
And from there, obviously, that's sort of a raft of activities, government moving into full swing, military taking over, because this is a state funeral with all the trappings that come with civilian and military honors as well. And yes, we now have a closer shot, actually, of the vehicle, that the gun carriage that's drawing the platform carrying the coffin. And you can see the flag of Kenya there, covering the coffin of the body of the 2nd president of the Republic of Kenya, a man who had many terms, professor of politics, amongst others,
Nyayo, that's right.
And many other terms that were used to describe him.
Yes. As we take a look at this convoy making its way to Parliament Road, let's speak to Raquel Muigai, who is along the convoy She's on Valley Road, actually. Raquel, tell us a bit more about what you're seeing. Members of the public, we saw some people there. What's the sort of activity? What's the mood? Raquel, my guy, can you hear me? All right, while we try and get a hold of Raquel, who's on Valley Road.
You'll be keen to get to hear from her if there are any unique insights from where she is. So we're kind of watching from afar, but where she is, there could be more that she could tell us, and we'll try and get her on as quickly as we can. Go on.
Even as we do that, you can take a look at members of the public. Very few. Obviously, it's still early morning for a Saturday. But there's a couple of them who seem to be trying to just walk and make their way in there. And it's important to note that the family is escorting this procession.
I believe they should be in that minivan
They
just
could be
behind.
in that minivan behind. This is... And so it's now making its way into Parliament buildings, where the casket and the body of... the casket bearing the body of the late President Daniel Arap Moi will lie in state for the next 3 days. Heavy security presence outside Parliament. It is from here that all members of the public will have an opportunity to view the body and pay their last respects. I believe at the viewing of the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, members of the public were allowed about 5 seconds each to just view the body and pay their last respects. We will wait to see how this one will be conducted.
All right, Yvonne, let me bring in a man now who knows a bit more about what's going on the screen right now. Let me introduce Brigadier Ahmed Mohamed, a former Kenyan military brigadier general. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Wahenya.
Yes, and of course, we are now observing what's happening on our screens. And of course, you can now come in at this time and just give us better insights into what's happening right now and what we can expect to see over the next hour or so at the Parliament buildings.
Thank you very much, Wahenya and Yvonne. What we are seeing now is the body of the late president having been taken off the gun carriage and transported into Parliament. And that coffin right now is being under the charge of Brigadier General and 6 officers of the rank of Colonel who are accompanying the body very closely, reflecting on the position of our former commander-in-chief. And a great honor indeed for this to happen. You saw it coming